Hi guys, it's Catherine Gibson. For this assignment, I would hate to admit it, but Westboro Baptist Church was exercising their rights to free speech. As long as they were in the designated area to protest, they have every right to do so. This also applies to the log cabin Republicans. As long as they were protesting in the proper parameters, they could have continued on as they were. The anarchist group was not protected under free speech. Once they started discussing burning the theater down, they were no longer peacefully assembling, and they were also inciting violence. Considered fighting words, they are not protected under free speech. The emergency ordinance was unconstitutional. It limited people's ability to free speech because it was only allowing certain people to protest and looked at on a case-by-case basis. The distance from the venue is understandable, but the limitation of who or what is said violates the Constitution. Westboro Baptist Church and log cabin Republicans can sue for this. Theon, the anarchist, has no case or reason to sue due to the use of his fighting words. Even though he states that it was free speech, this does not fall under free speech. The play does not meet the definition of legal obscenity. Much like how cable and satellite television are allowed to play more risque content because the audience must subscribe to their services, the same applies to the play. As long as the audience is fully aware of the content, tickets have to be purchased, and it is not performed in public but in a theater building, then it is not technically obscene. The definition of obscenity, defined by the state of Arkansas, is the use of sexual gratification could be challenged. To actors performing simulated sex acts on stage, they are technically playing a character. They might not necessarily find any sexual gratification in what they are doing. Because of the nature of the play and the loose definition provided by the state, this would not be considered legal obscenity. So overall, the log cabin Republicans and Westboro Baptist Church, after the emergency ordinance, have every right to sue the city because of their emergency ordinance and requirements for a case-by-case basis of looking at their protests. The anarchist group has no reason to sue because of their fighting words that they used whenever they were first in the protest. Threatening to burn down the theater is causing unrest and does not fall underneath the free speech of the First Amendment. And the last thing is that the sexual acts performed on stage should not be considered obscene or obscenity legally because there might not be any sexual gratification, so that falls underneath the Arkansas part, but it's also ticket prices and everything else that fall underneath how it's not legally obscene according to federal government. All right, thanks guys.